your team Panti over there, it seemed to be like a lot of them was a lesbian crew that you had going there.
Well, the lesbians are great organizers.
Okay.
They're much better at organizing than the gays who are too busy out disco dancing or whatever. So you know, I don't like to get involved in anything that doesn't have lesbians in charge, because they're just so, you know, together. So yeah, they were great, and that was just so funny. All the T-shirts and everything. It was really fun.
But I saw your show last night, and you were giving the lesbians a hard time last night.
But you know, that's all done with love. You can only give a hard time to people who know you and you know them and all that. I sometimes occasionally upset bisexuals because they feel very put upon. So they sometimes don't take the joke so well, but the lesbians are fine. Lesbians have a great sense of humor, as I muck them all into one group. You know, they're all exactly the same. You know what I mean. So yeah, no, I love when there's lesbians in the show. At the show, they're more fun. You know, the gays can be a little precious sometimes, and again, I'm putting them all into one group. But you know, I'm stereotyping for effect.
And do you think if the Rosa Tralee, if she comes next year, would she be able to share your car with you? Or
oh my God, yeah, wouldn't it be fabulous if she goes next year?
Wouldn't that be amazing?
That would be probably an easy one to sell to her, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, you definitely need to get her next year. How fabulous is that, by the way, that we have a Rosa Tralee who's a lesbian, and a totally out lesbian, and everybody in Tralee is great. We love it. Yeah. You know, that's so great.
Yeah.
I mean, I think people think those kind of things are silly, because I saw some people saying, well, it's just a silly competition. But that isn't the point. The point is, it's a cultural reference point for Irish people.
Yeah.
And even if you disagree with it, what it is doing is trying to sort of find a girl that represents a sort of a Middle Ireland in a sense. Yeah. And they're all fine that a lesbian is now their girl is representing. And I think that is progress right there, you know. So, fabulous.
That's the thing I'm trying to trace in the show, how the whole idea of normal is completely changed.
Yeah.
Like, when back in 1990, it wasn't even legal to you couldn't be gay.
Yeah.
You couldn't get divorced, and you couldn't buy a condom.
Well, I mean, that's all totally true, and you know, you're Irish, you get it. But I also think that sometimes it's that weird Irish thing, isn't it, where we just kind of let things. We don't like to have to make the decision publicly. Yeah. So that's why we don't want to go to bother having referendums and all of that sort of stuff. But and for example, the decriminalization of homosexuality in 1993 did make a huge difference. It was sort of symbolic, and before that, the gay community was very underground, and we went to bars that had blacked out windows, and you know. And then in 1994, suddenly we all have plate glass windows on gay bars, and you know, your granny knows where the George is. I mean, it was symbolic. But in another sense, it's not like as if in 1992 there was policemen raiding gay bars, rounding up the homos. You know, there weren't. No. But those things are still symbolic. But I think Irish people we don't want to have to bother, we let it slide, you know, so we let our ladies go to London for an abortion rather than, you know, make a decision for ourselves, or whatever. But then the other thing is, I think, we're so small, change happens really fast.
Right.
Because, you know, every single person in this country knows a gay, knows your gay uncle or your gay neighbor or whatever. Because Ireland's just too small, and everybody knows your cousin and all that stuff, so I think change happens really fast.
Yeah.
And, so I think once the gays got a bit of confidence and started coming out, you know, that's the most important thing, because it's very hard to hold prejudice against people when you actually know them. It's easier if you're living in Tennessee somewhere and you think you don't know any gays and you've never seen a gay except on the TV. It's very easy then to hold this, you know, weird prejudice about them because you don't know any.
Yeah, yeah.
But in Ireland already, it's impossible not to know a gay.